Lunch. So lunch is going to be a little bit different this year. The biggest change is we're not going to have a whole grade level eating lunch at the same time. What's going to happen is we are going to have one team, at least to start out, one team eating in the cafeteria at one time and one team outside at recess at one time. Remember, teams are classes. So Mrs. Fox's class will be in the cafeteria, while Miss Knowles' class will be out at recess. That's going to be kind of how it works. It might be a little bit different than what we've done in the past. We might also get to a point where we can have two teams in the cafeteria or two classes in the cafeteria at a time. We are able to socially distance enough where we can make it work with that, but we're going to be starting out with one team at a time until we kind of get this all sorted out and everyone's pretty comfortable with that, what that looks like. There will be changes as we go through this year. We will open things up, hopefully, as things continue to get better in the community. And if things don't get better, we might not be able to open up as quickly. So please do your part, both in school and outside of school, to help us continue to move forward with getting more kids in the building and being able to have more time for you to do things with other kids in the building. But it's very important that we focus on that first. When you're getting into your line for the cafeteria, you will make sure that you stay socially distanced, single file line, and that this year it's going to be a little different because they will just kind of take care of all the food and put it on your tray and then hand you the tray at the end instead of you grabbing a tray in silverware and all the other stuff that you would normally be expected to be able to kind of manage and get on your own. That stuff will be handled by our staff in the cafeteria, and they'll be doing that to try to limit the amount of people touching things and exposure. So just be prepared. We'll have a little video that will go along what that's going to look like. I don't think it's going to be too complicated, but you might have some questions. And again, if you have questions, be sure to ask teachers or other staff in the building so that we can answer those for you. There's also going to be some pictures that follow that talk a little bit about what it looks like on the table. All right, so here you can see the table. On one side, it is taped on the top of the table, and those are the spots where students will be sitting. And then when you go to the other side, you can see tape on the actual bench or the seat of the table, and that is saying that you are not allowed to sit there. We need to sit on just one side of the table so that we don't face the other people that are eating. This is the video about what we will do going through the lunch line.
Ready for some lunch?
I am ready for lunch.
So we got a hamburger.
Do some hamburger.
How about potato?
Yeah.
And corn.
Perfect.
How about your fruit?
I'll do the grapes and the orange.
All right. And then when you get down here, how about milk? Would
Yeah.
you like white or chocolate?
I'll do chocolate.
All right. Now we're gonna set it right here for you, and then you can grab it and go.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Looks delicious.
Have a good day.
All right, you too. Tape on them that show you where to go and where you can sit and where you're not supposed to sit. And we'll keep updating that and changing that and then updating the tape as it gets worn off too. But it's important that we keep only a few students sitting at each table so that we can keep people socially distanced. While you're eating, we understand you will not be able to have your mask on. Just be appropriate, face in the direction we ask you to, take care of your eating, and then you can get outside and you'll have some time where you can talk and hang out a little bit more. So lunch continued. We're still looking at a lot of those different things. You'll make your lunch choice before. That's another big change, and that's going to help with the staff when they're trying to make sure that they take care of your tray and get all of your food on your tray. So they'll give you everything you need. If you need food on virtual learning days, the building will still have food for you. You can still take some extra food home with you when you're here physically, so you have food for those virtual days. If you need to still come in to get food, we will still be available to do that, but we will not be dropping food off at anyone's house. And that change will be starting as we're starting this face-to-face learning. So like I said, if you need something, if you have questions, let us know. If you need food, let us know. We will find a way to make sure we can get that to you. Right now, we'll be focusing on just getting you the lunch and breakfast that you need. A la carte options or other things that you could pick to add to lunch on top of what the lunch items are, those will have to wait for a little bit, and we might be able to move to a place where we can start getting those out too. But we won't be starting with them just yet. So when you are done eating, make sure you put your mask back on. Your teacher will dismiss you as you are ready and able to take care of your tray. As soon as you're done eating, you should really have your mask back on. And then keep your mask on as you walk and go outside for recess. You might also have recess first. It will just kind of depend, but same kind of thing. Mask back on when you're done eating and going either back to class or out to recess. So that's a really big important thing that you got to remember kind of moving forward with this. Make sure your area is cleaned up as well, so that will help with our deep cleaning that we're doing and trying to clean in between people and different groups using those areas. So take care of your spot, be responsible, and do what you need to do. Okay, and recess is going to look a little bit different this year. So recess is going to be set up to start out with one team going outside at a time, or one class going outside at a time. We might get to a point where we can have two teams, but those teams still should not be mixing and playing games together to start out with. Hopefully we can get to a point at the end of the year where we have a lot less restrictions and a lot less expectations, and recess can look more like it used to, but it won't be that way starting out. Again, this is to keep us safe and to keep us in a good place so that we can continue to have kids coming back into the building. The closer we are, and if we aren't able to follow these directions and expectations, there's a good chance that we might not be able to stay open and keep schools open. We have to keep staff and we have to keep students safe and our community safe. So it's really important that we follow these things. There will be some different things that you can do outside. We will try to get some equipment that you can use and make sure that that is cleaned. But please take care of all of those things and make sure things are picked up. And when it is time to line up, get in a single file line and follow the teacher direction coming back into the building. Your mask should still stay on even though you're outside. That is an expectation we have right now. If there are changes in these expectations, we will be sure to let you know, but you should know coming in that your expectation at recess will be that you are wearing your mask.